Hey guys, what's up? Itchlaw coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides Witchlaw, and today I'm getting out of here pretty late, so that is no good. Of course, that is no good. What else is there really to say? Not good at all, not good at all. So I think that just about puts in jeopardy my chances of getting the same time every day, although presumably if I can drive fast, then that would be ideal. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go, I suppose. It is what it is. I guess it wasn't fated for today. So, I had a conversation with my friend about the living in car situation, and I had overlooked a pretty stupidly obvious point that, and in retrospect, it's pretty crazy to me that GPT never pointed this out, or I never even thought of it. I mean, I don't know. Just seems like really. And so it's one of those cases where, I feel that AI definitely has its issues, It definitely does. Because I don't know how GPT would have never mentioned any of this stuff to me. I mean, it seems like a little bit severe that it just wouldn't have been able to figure it out or whatever. So yeah, it's but anyways, it is basically that you can also just have multiple people living within the same building, and that is also. See, now I'm like nervous because of the way the gain looks on the mic. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be, but I would be extremely upset if it turned out that the actual mic isn't what's working, but sorry. I'm going to just have to wing it, but I mean, that would really be a terrible episode. Cuz I used to do the test. I don't do the test anymore. So, well, there was someone behind me, so it's made me speed through that area, I think, faster than usual. So maybe we'll still get what I want, which is, you know. Why can't... There we go. No, we can't do all that. Sorry, apparently I can't have the front defrost on and the foot heat, because the foot heat is obviously super important, so I don't... Kind of a shame that I can't have both of those things on at the same time. But it'll be okay. Alright. Sorry. So yes, the multiple people. His theory is that gangs are gonna come back, and you're just gonna have a lot of group living in the future, which is it does make a lot of sense. And in terms of environmental impact, it also is lower. But it's only lower if you have 6 people living in a building. So that is something to note. I mean, six people living in a building is the amount it takes. And, presumably this is a fairly... I guess the conversation needs to be more... I need to do more conversing about it. But the takeaway is that 6 people living in a building is more efficient than one person living in a van. But that, that also comes with caveats, potentially. Because vans, like a minivan right now, if you just buy a minivan, it's not really insulated or designed for those specific use cases. So you would need some kind of glass cover adjustment thing and all that in order to rival the apartment or the home. So it really depends. There's honestly not a super clear answer, because again, this would be compared to like technology 10 years from now, not necessarily what's available right now. So that would change things a lot, obviously. And yeah, I think the main takeaway is that you would, at the current rate, you would really need 2 people living in a minivan. And that is the most efficient. Kinda by far. It's, even if you have multiple people living in a home, nothing beats just 2 people living in a minivan. That's the most efficient system. But that could be tricky, because I don't know. It's 2 people in a like one person in the minivan is already pushing it. But 2 people in a minivan, it's kind of tight, So at that point, it does kind of become that question of, what are we doing and all that stuff. And so, again, this idea about it being homes instead of cars actually holds a good amount of credence, interestingly enough. So, I don't know. I think my idea, it's more of a far out future idea, and it is more futuristic in the sense of, you could just park anywhere type of thing. Although something I completely missed for some reason is, again, the obvious point that if you basically just had people live in, like, each company had its own housing type of situation, then that would be more efficient. Like, it would obviously be more efficient for the company to just, like, everybody lives in this really tiny apartment thing right next to the, like, buildings. They're still kind of more efficient. I don't know. I kind of, I obviously didn't really think like that because I was just thinking so much about the future. And again, it's possible in the far future, but that is kind of true that it gets a little bit complicated though, because again, with the car idea, you are entirely eliminating completely the real estate that gets taken up by houses. But I think the same thing still kind of stands about efficient housing as well. Like, the way housing is now, it obviously isn't built for efficiency, it's built for maximalism. So there is that issue as well. Homes just aren't made for. But yeah, so that's the thing, is the real estate take up is different. But I guess, like, in a hypothetical real reality, if nobody has a car and you basically had a giant building with a bunch of minivan sized rooms, that would actually be more efficient. And so yeah, I mean, the whole, like, minivan idea is not. I think I'm thinking too far into the future. Pretty much that's what I think's happening. It's possible that what I'm saying could materialize, but yeah, I do think we'd see group homes prior to that. I think the thing about the minivan is it's just very symbolic of a true loss of property, which is what I really think the future needs to be like. Because having property, I mean, it's weird because you have to. There's a few ways to look at this, really. Capitalism has incentive. Okay, but at this stage, there's not much. Like, you don't. There's not a lot of moving up. It's a lot of nepotism. It's a lot of favoritism. And whereas in the past, you did have a better economy and a drive to try to make more money and things, we actually don't have that anymore. Because, like, I don't think about anything that can be motivating, because of the way there's nothing to be motivated by. It's obviously a situation where I'm lucky if I'm going to be able to have my own house. I'm lucky if I'm going to be able to have the apartment and not have to live in my car. So it's hardly motivation. Hardly. No, I think that's pretty important to point out. At this point, it's just not good. And I've already explained before, it's actually kind of frustrating for me because I love people and I would like group home kind of stuff like that, like 6 people live into one home, but it's other people that are the problem, because I know interacting with other people, it's the other people who are stupid. That's really the problem. If I'm probably such an easy person to live with. You know what I mean? Such an easy person to live with. But it's other people who are stupid. And that's the problem, is when you live with someone, you see, You see all of them, you get the skeletons in their closet. It's stupid. You know, and that is really the problem. I would want to live with other people, but it's just like, it's the other people that are the problem, not me, but the other people. So, there's some food for thought. There's some food for thought. But yeah, I guess I'd be okay with it. It's efficient living. It's just that, again, I've been in situations, even temporarily on vacation, where you have multiple people sharing a home, and it's the other people that get into nonsense. It's not me. You know, I'm always very happy living with lots of people, but it's just that a lot of other people are not good to live with. That's the truth of it. So, I don't know. I don't really know where this goes from here, but right, so yeah, the big revelation yesterday was trying to get a mic that would just plug into the bottom of a phone and do research and to see if that's actually even better at noise rejection or not. Still have to figure it out. I haven't figured it out, so. I haven't even really thought about it. I actually can hardly even remember yesterday. I really don't have much time when I get home on these longer days. I don't know. But at least it's finally Friday. That's a good thing. Yeah, I've been going like 55 this whole time to try to compensate, but now I wonder what if I'm overdoing it? Because I also went 45 through that beginning part, so. Yeah, I know. I was on fire to talk. Now I just feel very tired. That's how I feel. Very tired. The more time has gone on, the more I'm really thinking about the ColorWare black AirPod Pro 3s, because I would like an extra pair of AirPods. That would be very useful for me. And yeah, I don't know. I've been definitely thinking about it. But I can't pull the trigger, obviously. As for the iPhone Air, I'm not really sure. I mean, I saw a fairly good fairly good looking eBay listing, but at the same time, I don't know. I mean, it didn't look, the pictures kind of look low quality, so you can't really see the the condition of the phone. And that's just kind of, that's not really what you want. That's like a bad situation waiting to happen, really. So. Yeah, I don't think much else is new though, you know. No, actually, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be too early. That's impossible. I actually still kind of feel like I'm running late. Well, I'm not going to be, I'm just from my target time, because it's very precise minutes. Because this would be the 5th day straight, the exact same minute, so it's just, I don't know. We're trying our best. But either way, I mean, 4 days straight of the exact same is still pretty impressive for obvious reasons. But also, either way, I would still prefer earlier than later. But I don't think I'm gonna get earlier. So. Yep. Sorry, just had a flurry of unrelated thoughts. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for the recording of the concise things, although there's a huge problem that might completely ruin it or make it so that actually never even materializes, and it's the cold. Because it's like, and this is something I was just thinking about, it's always like this. It's always way too hot, and then you have, I don't even know, like an extremely short period of time where it's actually a really nice temperature, and then it immediately becomes way too cold or way too hot, like either extreme. We can never just be at a good temperature, of course, and I think that's pretty frustrating personally, but I don't know. That's just what I have had to deal with. I don't know. It's very sad. Yeah, I'm assuming we're not going to be on, like, I can't imagine we're going to be on time, but I guess it's possible. Because my gauging ability is actually poor at this time, because I usually haven't even been gauging much, so we'll just have to see how it goes. That's all. Now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't... Oh, yeah. Yeah, the hands being cold, and then you have to put gloves on, and then it's really annoying and impossible to even use a phone. So I'm actually going to get very angry very fast, because that's just not... Yeah, I really... I don't know. Like I said, very angry very fast. It's really not a good situation. Just isn't. Actually, I don't know. Still tough to say time-wise where we're gonna fall. It's tough to say. But yeah, the winter's really gonna bite. It's really gonna bite. I used to actually be more of a winter person, but I got used to the summer. And I think I've been converted because it's just so much more difficult in the winter than the summer. It just does not make any sense. You get way worse mile per gallon in the car, and I don't know why. I don't think it has anything to do with heat, like having the heater on versus not, because I've just consistently noticed the mile per gallon is not great in the cold. It's so counterintuitive to me, because I originally thought mile per gallon would be better in the cold because the engine would not be as hot or something, but that is not at all. I mean, it's just obviously not even the case, because I've had this car and I've always noticed it be like this. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. This is just how it's been. Yep, sorry, another random conversation in my head. I'm just more and more disappointed and let down by people. I guess I'm seeing that maybe there was a lot there that isn't even there. And I don't know. That's just what I've been feeling and noticing recently. Is that, people have kind of been letting me down, or just not really living up to my expectations, I guess. I don't really know how else to say it, really. Just is how it is. Like, people have a whole lot less going on, and I'm usually kind of disappointed. And it's scary because it's people you, especially, like, I always looked up to people, and I guess I still do. I mean, I admit that I like talking to adults more than people my age, but it still feels like something is just not there. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We actually may be able to do it. The same, because it does look like. No, it's. I don't know. I almost feel like we're early now. It's looking like it's gonna be right about the same time. I mean, unless my light luck is specifically bad or something like that. I don't really see how, you know, this is gonna. Yeah, like I don't know. It's looking like it's possible. It's still gonna be tight though. I think it's still gonna be tight. Yeah, I mean, really, we need the light luck. Really, we need the light luck. I know these episodes are like, what am I doing? They're dominated by me obsessing over something that isn't interesting, doesn't matter, and it's just like, why do you care? But I don't know. It really does something for me. But I think we could be a minute off, because even yesterday that was really lucky and really tight, and today, like, I did all that speeding, but it really did. Well, I actually didn't do. I mean, if I actually did like actual speeding, then we'd probably be completely, because I'm still under the speed limit. I usually try to be more 55, 50 in the range of 50 and 55, but today I was in the range of 55 and 60. Oh, here's a pinch point. It looks like this guy's driving pretty slow. Yeah, that's not good. There's a pinch point because we are very low. Very, very low on time. But light timing is looking okay for the first light, but recently, well, even this light can be like crazy sometimes, so I don't know. All right. Yeah, because then usually the next one's red. Like, it's so stupid. Oh, no, it's not. I think it just turned green. Okay. All right. No, I think it's actually possible that we might. Now, it's really tight. I don't want to get my hopes up. Now, I think it's too tight. Because there's a good amount of slower cars in front of me. So the light timing is really gonna, yeah, and it's red, so it's gonna have to, we're gonna have to have a quick green here. Oh, we got the quick green. All right. I don't know. I think we may be in for 5 days in a row at the exact same time. We're hitting a big lag, though. These people, I don't know what's going on, hitting a big lag. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why are we driving? Why are these people driving so slow? Then you know what? We actually might not make it. Because this guy's going way below the speed limit. Like 10 miles below the speed limit. Wow. That could cost me. That could have cost me, honestly. I mean, we'll find out, but it's really getting tight. We might still be good. I don't know why that guy did that, because now he's right up to like, there was a stretch of time he was just going 10 under the speed limit, and then he just randomly, now he's actually going the speed limit. No, I actually think we'll be good. Yeah, I think my time estimating was off, because it looks like we could pretty much right be on cue. Right be on cue? What am I doing? What am I saying? That's not English. Yeah, I think unless this glitches or something, we are basically wow. I'm in disbelief a 5th day in a row. But I think the speeding did end up mattering because yeah, we're hitting in like at the midpoint of the minute, which is fine, but you know. But yeah, I don't know, mile per gallon always way worse for some reason. Just can't win with it, I guess. But very happy. I'm very happy that I got wow. And it's definitely an accomplishment because it's partially up to fate. It's just the previous days I wasn't trying as hard as today. And obviously, my brain is very good at timing. Because I don't really know anybody else who would. I mean, of course, some of it's luck, but like, I don't know anybody else who could pull that off. It's kind of insane that I can do this kind of stuff. It's pretty insane, so. Well, I guess that's it. There's the. I get no reward. It's like no, nobody cares, but I did. mm. Mm. Hmm. Well, now we're just gonna have to go. Now we're gonna have to do the same thing Monday. Now it's just gonna be the same thing Monday. All right. Well, no, we're not ready to go in yet. Actually, we're not ready to go in. It's very nice that it's Friday. Super nice, even. Super nice. Alright. Let's figure this out. We definitely don't need these sunshades anymore, but I'm still gonna put them up just out of routine. Just out of love for the game. Just out of love for the game, you know. Alright. And then. Alright. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Alright, well, I think that just about does it, guys. I think that it's binge schla and it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.